Toni Morrison's real name. Chloe Anthony Wofford Morrison. For which book did Toni Morrison win National Book Critics Circle Award? Song of Solomon. In which year did Toni Morrison win a Pulitzer Prize? 1988. In which year Toni Morrison was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature? Nobel Prize കിട്ടിയത് 1993. What's the name of Toni Morrison's first novel? The Bluest Eye. When was the Bluest Eye published? 1970. This was previous HSA 2015 and 2022 question. The setting of the Bluest Eye, or where does most of the action in the novel The Bluest Eye, spelling mistake is there, The Bluest Eye, take place? Lauren, Ohio. How old is Pecola? 11 years. An explanation is there, you can read it, okay. Who lives next door to the Mcq'S? Rosemary Villeneuve. Which character has a deformed foot? Pauline Polly Breedlove. Pauline Breedlove is the original name, Pauline nickname, okay. The Bluest Eye developed out of a conversation Morrison had with another student in elementary school. The Bluest Eye is set at the end of what historical period? The Great Depression. In the excerpt from a children's reader that begins the novel prologue, who ultimately comes to play with Jane, Jane's friend, and you can read the explanation if you want it. How old was the narrator of the prologue in 1941? 9 years old. And narrator name is Claudia Mcq'S, okay. What does the narrator say is the reason she now believes the marigold never bloomed? The earth. Next question. In the novel's prologue, what is the year in which the narrator says no marigold bloomed? 1941. What was Sobhat Church's original given name? Elihu. How long did the Sobhat Church marriage to Velma last? 2 months. Who owns a dog that Pecola feeds poisoned meat? Bertha Reese. What's the name of the dog Pecola feeds poisoned meat? Bob. After his visit from Pecola, who does Soaphead Church write a long, rambling letter to? God. Frida and Claudia sell marigold seeds in the hopes of earning enough to buy a new bicycle. What do Frida and Claudia do with their marigold seed money? They bury it. In the last chapter of the novel, who is Pecola in conversation with? An imaginary friend. In the last chapter, how many times is it revealed that Charlie raped Pecola? Twice. In the last chapter, Pecola worries that her eyes aren't blue enough. The first time we meet Rosemary Villeneuve, what is she doing? Taunting the Mcq'S sisters. What kind of car does Rosemary Villeneuve family have? A Buick. Which of the following is a distinguishing character of Pauline Breedlove? She has a bad foot. Why does Pecola stay briefly with the Mcq'S? Her father has tried to burn down their home. Who lives above the Breedlove's apartment? 3 prostitutes. And their names are Maginot China, and Poland. Where does Mrs. Breedlove work at the home of a white family? What important event occurs when Pecola is staying with the Mcq's? She menstruates for the first time. Who hates white baby dolls? Claudia. Who raises Charlie? Aunt Jimmy. Who is depicted on the cup Pecola likes to drink out of when she comes to live with the Mcq's? Shirley Temple. After Charlie is released from jail for burning the house down, the Breedlove move into an apartment that was formerly a storefront. After the Breedlove moves out, what business was run out of their apartment? A pizza parlor. What kind of group moved into the Breedlove's apartment after they left? A gypsy family. What is in the front room of the Breedlove's apartment? An artificial Christmas tree. What piece of furniture in the Breedlove's apartment filled its owners with rage? The couch. On the Saturday morning, when Pecola's family has a violent fight, what does Mrs. Breedlove ask Tolly to do? Fetch some coal. While Pecola's family is fighting violently in the next room, Pecola imagines all her body parts disappearing except for her eyes. What kind of flower does Pecola observe when she walks out to Mr. Jacobi's grocery store to buy candy? Dandelions. What kind of candy does Pecola buy at Mr. Jacobi's grocery store? Mary Jane's. Who tells Pecola a story about turning one of her boyfriends over to the FBI. FBI means Federal Bureau of Investigation. Who tells Pecola a story about turning one of her boyfriends over to the FBI. Miss Mary. Which of the following characters is still alive when the story ends? Pauline Breedlove. Who or what is the only thing Geraldine feels true affection for? Her cat. What does Junior, Geraldine's son, promise to show Pecola if she comes to his house? Kittens. What color is Geraldine's cat? Black. Who is blamed for killing Geraldine's cat? Pecola. Who does Geraldine call a nasty little black bitch? Pecola. Who is the character the children refer to as the Maginot Line? Miss Mary. What does the Maginot Line throw at the Mcq's girls after Frida called her ruined? A root beer bottle. What does Pecola accidentally pull off the counter at the home of her mother's employer, resulting in a beating? A berry cobbler. What unpleasant event does Claudia associate with the arrival of spring? Beatings with a switch. Why does Mr. Mcq try to shoot Henry Washington? Henry robbed Frida. In what state did Pauline Breedlove grow up? Alabama. What flower do Claudia and Frida plan to save Pecola's baby? Marigold. In what way is Pecola's wish for blue eyes fulfilled at the end of the story? She comes to believe that she has blue eyes. What happens when Charlie finds his father? Charlie finds his father. What happens when Charlie finds his father? He is frightened by his father's manner and runs away. Whose cat is Peccola blamed for killing? Geraldine's. What is Pauline Breedlove doing when she loses her front tooth? She was eating candy. When Pauline Breedlove is giving birth to Peccola, what animal does her doctor compare black woman to? Horses. What's the name of the white family Pauline Breedlove works for at the time the novel takes place? What's the name of the white family Pauline Breedlove works? The Fishers. What's the name of Charlie Breedlove's father? Samson Fuller. Where is Charlie Breedlove's first job? At a feed store. In the story of Charlie Breedlove's life, who is M. Deer? M. Deer, who is that person? A local healing woman, and the explanation is there, you can read it, okay. How many white men does Charlie kill after meeting his father and before marrying Pauline? 3. In what city does Charlie ultimately find his father? Mcq'S. What happens to Sammy at the end of the story? He runs away for good. What is Pauline doing when she meets Charlie? She was standing in the garden. Who temporarily befriends Peccola after Peccola is teased by a group of boys? Maureen Pearl. What is peculiar about Maureen Pearl's hands? There are stumps where her sixth fingers were removed. An explanation is there, read it. Why does Mrs. Breedlove have a limp? She impaled her foot on a nail as a child, and its explanation is also there, read it. What was the Breedlove's apartment formerly used as? What was the Breedlove's apartment formerly used as? A store. What is Sophocles' occupation? A dream interpreter. What does Peccola ask for when she visits the mystic Sophocles church? She asks for a blue eyes. What happens to Peccola at the end of the novel? She goes insane. Before coming to board with the Mcq'S, where did Henry Washington live? At Della Jones' house. According to Claudia's mother, Della Jones' husband left her because she smelled too clean. At the end of the novel, we learned that Peccola Breedlove has become the community's scapegoat. Thank you.